Hey, what's going on, brothers? Thank you for tuning in to another dialogue with the Raw, the Real, and the Red Pill. On this specific video, I wanted to speak on some things that I've been thinking about, which is pretty much all I do, if you haven't noticed. But I'm thinking about titling this video, The Victimization of the Villain. I happen to realize, I think all of us brothers who have partaken of the red pill and faced reality for exactly what it is, in all logic and sound-mindedness, we have come to realize that women are not accountable for anything. That it seems to be a very victimized mind state that they stay in concerning all things, even the things that are directly correlated to their own failures and their own lack of judgment, and even the things that they go through that is in retaliation to their own actions. Because every action does have a equal and opposite reaction. You know, these are laws of nature, you know. But women don't seem to understand this. I'm gonna go ahead and just, I'm kind of ranting right now, so I'm gonna stay on this topic, but I'm gonna be hitting different aspects of it. You know, growing up, I remember watching wrestling with my dad, man. You know, back in the early and mid 90s. Wrestling was really kind of good. You know, the days when Mick Foley fought the Undertaker, and he went to the cage and his tooth was up his nose. You know, these guys are really getting fucked up and really jeopardizing not only their life, but their health and their bodies, which is pretty much what men do in general as the sacrificial lambs of their family units that women don't seem to realize that we are. The funny part is, they're the one who sacrifices us from a standpoint of victimization. But I'm going to continue with what I was saying. One of my favorite wrestlers, and this is what kind of got me on this topic. One of my favorite wrestlers growing up was Chris Benoit, man. Chris Benoit, man. Man, I don't know what it was about him. I really liked Chris Benoit, man. He was the epitome of every fight that I wanted to see. It was because he was fighting. You know, if I was watching, the wrestling program, I, get up here and there, not really pay much mind to it, but when Chris Benoit hit the scene, I was all eyes, all attention. One of the greatest fighters to me. One of the greatest wrestlers to me. And we all know of his ending. He's removed from the Wrestling Hall of Fame. He's been denigrated in his death. We know that he killed his wife and child and himself. Sad story. That always stuck with me. Now that I'm a little bit older, a lot older, I have a deeper understanding of this. Society naturally gives and supplies a means of victimization for the woman. They have no accountability whatsoever. I believe, and I think this is actually what it had to do with. I think he was having relationship issues with his wife, in which we all know what's going on. All us brothers who have partaken of the raw red pill know what's going on. His bitch was trying to leave him, take him for his kid. And the sad thing is, the same things that the media was portraying about Chris Benoit, victimizing his wife, shaming Chris Benoit, in my eyes and in my own personal perspective, is the same thing as a man, now that I'm older. It's the same thing of why I kind of respect him more. Real talk. He wasn't going for that shit. He was not going for that shit. And I I'm not necessarily condoning what he did. I kind of am. Fuck that. Because when it comes down to being a man, period, we are to hold judgment. We can't say we believe in God and God is love and it's bullshit Christianity without actually reading the scriptures and knowing that we hold the seats of judges as men inherently. Through the way we think, through our logic, through our DNA, we morally know what is right and wrong, though we often fall on the side of the carnality, which leaves us as wrong. Some things are righteous. You know, when we read the Old Testament, bitches was getting put to death for their adultery. Would our women be whores? Would they be victim single mothers? Receiving child support checks to the expense of the enslavement of her, I want to say ex-spouse, but of her spouse? Would that happen if these bitches was getting stoned, beat the fuck out of, slapped, murked, bodied? And that's the dark side of the swirling movement. They don't want to talk about it because these black women don't want to acknowledge. That's really ironic. They don't want to acknowledge the negative nature of their whoredoms. They will either not speak of it, such as these white men bodying their ass, which I honestly find a slight pleasure in. Or they will, like I said, they will not speak on it, or if they do speak on it, it'll be from a position of victimhood. These bitches are victims. That's why I can't take feminism seriously. That's why I can't really, I'm just keep it gangster. I can't take the black woman serious. I can't. Granted, all things are, have nuance and exceptions unto them. But we all know that majority rules. And that's the logic that a lot of women don't understand. And me being I'm just gonna say how it is. Me being in a relationship with a woman for 8 years, I'm fully versed in their fuckery of playing the victim of a situation that they created. Not only did they create, but they also expanded upon making it worse. Throwing gasoline on the fire. I went through it myself. And I might as well go ahead and tell y'all. I briefed it in one of my other videos. But in the year 2016? Yep. April 2016. My sister-in-law, my woman's twin sister, was staying with us. Her baby daddy was in jail doing 2 years. And she had twins by this man. The twins were less than 1 year old then. And she had also another son who was a little bit older. He was like 3 at the time. This bitch, I've seen the slackness of a black woman firsthand, y'all. This bitch, kids were constantly at my door. Diapers, sagging, drooping, soiled off their ass, constantly crying, snotty. Just the common shit that I used to see. And the lack of responsibility of this woman concerning her children. I used to walk downstairs and see her kids dipping their hands in old, dirty mop buckets. The water's still in it. The solution, the cleaning solution's still in it. And drinking out their hand that mop solution, that mop bucket water. And I would constantly try to hint like, hey, why don't you dump the fucking old ass water out? Dump the water out. Your kids are drinking this shit. And then it got to the point where, oh God, I'm trying to even really think about this shit. It got to the point where I spoke to this woman concerning her slackness as a mother. One thing led to another. And type of brother like me, I always been a raw dude. I speak that shit how it is. I wound up telling this bitch about herself. You slack, You never got money on shit on the first of every month. Your kids walking around, diapers full of shit and piss on a constant basis. Boogers, snot coming out their nose on a constant basis. You wondering why they always sick, but they're always eating shit off the ground that you left because you don't clean up after your kids. Bitches will blame shit on their children. They will blame shit on their child. You understand that? It's really fucking sad. It's really, really sad, man. But one thing led to another, and I started telling the bitch about herself, really just telling her the truth. In my own bedroom, my wife was in the, when I'm gonna call her, I consider my woman my wife, because I consider it biblically. I'm not married through the state, neither will I ever will be, because I'm not fucking stupid. But my woman, my wife, was in the bathroom, and me and her sister were exchanging words. I began telling her sister about herself and how she lacks as a mother, and, you know, concerning her kids. And to keep in mind, I'm buying diapers, I'm stepping in as a man, because I was the only man in the house. You know, stepping up, you know, black women are ungrateful. And this bitch, long story short, resorted to name calling, bitch ass nigga that, bitch ass nigga this. You know, doing what the fuck they do. You know, the black female fuckery, the disrespect, the lack of respect and morality towards their brothers, especially those who help do any good. And she reached for a wine bottle and went to tee off on my head with that shit. My woman then jumped up. And my woman actually was trying to break it up at this point before her sister tried to hit me in the head with it was a Moscato, the Olive Garden brand. Roscato, that's what it's called. It's a very good, sweet, slightly carbonated, sweet red wine. It's very good. But long story short, she reached on an empty bottle off my dresser and tried to tee me off in the head with it. And my woman stepped in the middle and deflected the blow. Threats were made. My woman, you know, I was on my way to work. I went to step out the house. I went to step out of my bedroom, and this crazy Daisy bitch was standing at my bedroom door with the bottle, flailing it. You understand? And I went to leave. I grabbed my pistol out of my dresser. You can call it a scare tactic. You can say the fuck you want to say for real. But in all honesty, at this time I was working nights and threats were being made, you know, and I'm not about to come home 4 or 5 in the morning and there's some stupid fucking sip relatives outside thinking they're about to handle something. Simps are very dangerous. So I took my pistol with me, put it on my belt, and it intimidated this bitch. She didn't hit me with that bottle, by the way. Went to work. This bitch had flattened my tires. You understand? At this point, I'm looking for apartments online, trying to move. Cause I'm like, wait a minute, this is the fuckery of black woman. This is one story, y'all. But long story short, the bitch cut my tires. She was put out the house. She came back the very next day. And while me and my woman was out discussing moving arrangements to move and get the fuck away from her sister, who was actually living with us, we was about to terminate the lease and get the fuck out of there, and this bitch was gonna have to figure it out for herself. So even if you try to leave, it doesn't work. This bitch came back the very next day and destroyed my room. Destroyed it. Furniture that I had financed that just got paid off, destroyed. Everything in my closet and on the floor with coconut oil all over it. Mattress pulled apart, bed frame destroyed. Room was just destroyed. You couldn't see an empty space on my bedroom floor, and I have a large bedroom. She destroyed all my shit. At this point, her own twin sister, which is my woman, called the police on her. Police came, and ironically, I went to jail. The victim went to jail, and the villain was victimized. She told the police that I choked her, that I hit her. No bruises, no marks. I'm a 6'3", 315-pound man. Not a sloppy 350 pounds, a solid 315 pounds. If I do as much as little as put half my strength and exertion into hitting this bitch, you would see that shit. Long story short, my bail was denied. Had to get my twin sister to take my car. My twin sister was living out of the state. Had to get her to come get my car because the bank was ready to repossess my shit. Had to sit for almost 4 months in jail. I did bail motions. I had about $3,000 saved up. Wasted all of that on lawyers. My woman decided to put me on TANF so that my daughter could remain in daycare, which was to no avail because my woman still had to quit her own job because things didn't work out according to plan. A lot of shit went wrong for me having to sit that out to prove my innocence for the fucking villain who's posing to be a victim. You understand? I was fighting a felony and 5 misdemeanors. CPS was coming to jail. I had meetings with CPS caseworkers begging them to leave my daughter with the mother and that all was well. Telling them the real story of what happened. That this woman was not choked, was not hit. That although I did draw and I should have fucking lied. I told the police, I took my gun up out the house in fear for my safety. Not only from the psycho bitch who tried to hit me in the head with a fucking Remy bottle, but also more so because threats were made. And I'm not about to get taken out by no simp. My mama ain't, or my father is not going to be crying over my casket because of a fucking simp. Relative of my woman's family. Who got time for that shit? There's going to come a time where we got to bring righteous judgment back, man. These bitches can't be victims forever, yo. They can't. They lack the judgment. They lacking righteousness. They have no shame. When I came home from jail, being at my current, I was working full-time with UPS for 3 years. Had a 401k started up, all that. Had to cash out my 401k. UPS didn't bring me back on. That was a career move for me. UPS ground. They wanted them to let me go. At the time of the incident, I was actually working 2 jobs. I was working overnight at another job. So I was working damn near 6 days a week. Day and night. Trying to provide for my family. Trying to upgrade and move. Trying to achieve goals. Trying to pay off debt. I was pulling loans just to pay them off to build my credit. And unfortunately, with the bad timing of my encounter with this BAW, this victimized BAW, I had loans that were open, that were thousands of dollars, and they defaulted only because I couldn't come home to work. Fuck the case. Fuck the bullshit this bitch put me through, because it's only expected through dealing with black women. But it was more so I couldn't fight my case from home. They told me I was a threat to society and to the well-being of my own fucking family. And keep in mind, this bitch was staying with me and her sister. You dig what I'm saying? We gotta understand, brothers, that this system that is currently in place is nothing more than an emulation of Rome. It's nothing more than an emulation of Greeks. The system is a homosexual system. It is a feminist system. It caters to women. It caters to gynocentricity. It caters to a matriarch society. It caters to all of these things. And the thing about all of these things that I named, they're all self-destructive. Eventually, all of this is gonna fall. And all of us brothers in the truth, we are aware of this. You understand? We're gonna start judging these bitches, man. I'm not talking about just keep, because they're not gonna, you can't reason with these women. There's no reasoning with them. They will always be the victim in their mind because in their head is no truth or a lie. It is only their perspective. and they hold their perspective as the truth. And their perspective holds no accountability whatsoever. They hide from mirrors. They curse mirrors. The only time they sit in front of a mirror is to put a false identity on their face and on their head, to hide who they truly are from the world. I'm sorry that my rant had involved, and it wasn't planned, like I'm just ranting. None of this shit is written, it's just things on my mind. I'm sorry that my rant involved one of my, situations that sparks and continues to put fire to my indignation against the black woman. Women in general. It's not even just black women. There's a lot of white women with their fuckery too. But, as we all know, Americanized, westernized women ain't shit. They are shit. They don't understand patriarchy and the importance of it. They don't value men. They don't value men and what we do, what we stand for. Let all men take a day off. I heard some fuck shit, like Women's Day Off or some dumbass shit when all women stayed off. Really, only thing that would occur from that, a lot of it don't even apply to black women because they're going to do the same fucking shit they've been doing. What you going to do, take a day off and get the kids to your mama? Huh? Or you going to take a day off and make your man call out, make your baby father who you're suing for child support call out of work and keep your kids? There's no independence in there, for one. For two, like I said, with a black American woman, nothing would change. The most thing that would change is that men would have to take a sick day or POD and step up to the plate. Because I believe a man can play, how can I say this? I want to say both father and mother, but a man can never be a mother. But we can raise children. We understand the duality and what children need. We understand what affection is. We understand what real love is. We understand what discipline and judgment is. And what accountability is. And that's what the bitch is missing. The strong, independent bitch. That's what she's missing. She will always be a victim. She will always be a fucking victim. And likewise, she will always be a villain. The duality of that, think about it. The fuckery of that, think about it. Because in this world, there are victims. Look at what's going on in Africa and what's going on in Libya. The slave trade that Obama administration had fucking endorsed through killing Gaddafi, and then this ISIS shit popped off. Those of us brothers who are in the truth are fully aware and enact what the fuck is going on with that. Those men are victims to oppression. Brothers, men in America, we are the victims. Because we are living in a society that does not like us, that hates us, that wants us destroyed, that does not want righteousness. So there are victims. But is this woman, is she truly a victim? Because from the way I see it, her hand is held in society. She is provided for by society. Even in social constructs, in social standards of society. She gets all the emotional support, whether she is wrong or right. You understand? So how can you be a victim? And if you are a victim, how can you say you are strong, independent, and just even a fucking adult? You know what I'm saying? Adults come with accountability. You know what I mean? So it's a villain who brings upon all the negative shit that comes upon themselves. They bring it unto themselves and then turn around and cry, boo-hoo, I'm the fucking victim. That card is falling apart. That card is so old, it is decomposing and becoming as if dust to be blown in the wind. The next wind of a catastrophic event. The next wind of social collapse. The next major wind. That victim card will no longer exist because the fuckery is too obvious. A lot of these simps are waking up, but I wish a lot more would. Because there's too many of y'all motherfuckers, man. Every time I turn around, there's a fucking simp. They don't understand what judgment is. The bitch can be wrong, and the bitch is wrong. That was Adam's fault. Because real talk, Adam should have beat that bitch. I hate to call the foremother a bitch. But, you know, it is what the fuck it is. He should have fucking put his foot up Eve's ass. Imagine if Adam would have never listened to her. And we know that's his error because the Most High said it was. It's the same shit these simps are doing today. Harkening into the ways and the thought processes and basically bowing down and subjecting themselves to women. We are the judges. We say who the victim is. We say who the villain is. And there's gonna come a time, brothers, and I don't know about you, but I'm so ready. I'm so ready for this day. I am so ready for the day when I can check these bitches without no fucking consequences, man. I am so ready. That's what we need more than ever, man. We need to stop feeding into the victimization of this villain. We need to get the whole truth, nothing but the truth, deal in truth, and administer accountability unto who accountability belongs, and then judge upon the failures to the person who is accountable for that failure. Period. Period. I can't wait till the white supremacist magical button does no longer work for this bitch. Because it worked against me as a man in America, as a black man in America. It's worked against me. And I was the victim. And I was a victim going through incarceration. Treated like a fucking animal. And here I was a working man. Still am to this day. Oh man, the Yah's so good. He's so good to me. The Father is good. Because here I am, still standing tall. Making more money at one job than I was at two. You understand that? Man, I had to say that one. It's not all about money, because I even know that this shit ain't gonna mean nothing. It's gonna be about morals, principles, accountability, responsibility, and building. And integrity at the end of the day. All of these things what the woman lack. So it's gonna come a time when this bitch gonna have to shut the fuck up or get dealt with. Period. And it'll be a righteous thing. Wasn't that righteous when Ezekiel had the men of arms, when the Most High, when Yahweh himself appeared in the threshold before Ezekiel and instructed him, this is the first chapter, for the men to grab their weapons of war and slaughter these motherfuckers, man. To kill these bitches and these simps. Everybody who didn't have a mark upon them. Who was grieved at the evils that was going on. In this current day and time, who are those who carry the mark? It is Mgtow. It is SYSBM. It is Ibmor. It is the Red Pill Man. Because we see the fuckery and we don't like that shit. Because we want justice. We're not dealing with a bunch of victims. We are the victims. We are those who are oppressed. Systemically, by this system, and by the system that allows the black woman and the woman in general to run us through the fucking system. You understand? So there'll come a time when this system is gonna fucking crumble. Just like the Roman system crumbled. Just like the Grecian system crumbled. Just like every kingdom before crumbled. And in that day, I'm chin checking these motherfuckers. You gonna get it together or you need to die. Straight up. Straight up. Because in those days, these bitches, it's gonna get you killed, man. In those days, we gonna have to divide the wheat from the tares, man. If that bitch get out of line and you're out here hunting, fishing, trying to provide when there's no goddamn food in the grocery store, and this bitch wanna nag and complain, guess what? I'm slapping that bitch. I'm slapping the fuck out of you. You will get in line. You understand? That is order. The way a father disciplines his child. That is order. That is not abuse whatsoever. That child is not a victim. That child is facing judgment. Period. And it is a righteous thing judgment and order and chastisement is a righteous thing. And count him wise. If those men or women who are on the receiving end of that learns from it. I learned from every ass whooping I got. Extension cords I used to get. From my father. My mother never whooped my ass. My father did. And that's proper. It is proper. And he helped me recognize the error of my ways to change. You understand? I did a lot of fucked up shit in my life, man. I was wild, off the hook. I can only pray that my children don't put me through the same thing. Because it's going to hurt, like we all heard before, it's going to hurt me more than it hurt them, because I understand. Just like in that day to come, it's going to hurt me to smack the fuck out of my bitch. When she got on the line, I got to watch her whimper and cry. But I know it's for the greater cause and it's for the greater good, and that will re-equalize my emotions. Because though we have emotions as men, we have judgment. And our judgment should be sound. We should be administering discipline. And I don't give a fuck how you feel about it. I don't give a fuck if you call me Ike Turner. I don't give a fuck if you call me abusive. Y'all bitches are abusive. Y'all bitches are abusing the fucking system. Y'all bitches are abusing us men. Y'all black women, man, y'all are so wayward. You are so far gone. You're like children. You're like disobedient, rebellious fucking children who did not see their own demise. You did not even see your own demise. Y'all bitches are sleeping with our enemies. Y'all here swirling. He killing y'all motherfuckers too. Hey, these white men ain't going for that shit. You know why these bitches act different when they get, not to get off topic, we gotta talk about this real quick. You know why these black women don't treat white men the same way as they treat brothers? Because the white man ain't going for that shit. He knows he is in the reality of who he's with and who he is in this society that is for him. Now, if he's with the white woman, he might get fucked if he body that bitch. Which is why a lot of them will take themselves out. Like I spoke about Chris Benoit. Sticking up for his manhood. Sticking up for his dignity. Judging that bitch. And out of sorrow, imagine the sorrowful state, in the stressful state, in the hurtful state a man has to be in to take out his own child. Because he knows his child's not gonna... He knows, man. This world that little boy was in. Am I justifying it? No, I'm shedding light on it and giving my opinion on it. And fuck how you feel if you don't like it. Get off the goddamn video. Period. I can understand why a man would kill his wife and kill his child. I can understand it in this particular system. Why? So your child can go to foster care, be raped by foster parents, a group of homosexuals. Why? So your child can be turned out by the system and become wicked. Why? For what? So your child can hear the demonization of your daddy when he killed your mama. Why? For what? We all can go. That's how he was looking at it. And you know, most high forbid that I never be put in that situation. I don't even want to think about it, honestly. So I don't want to be taking that far out of my piece. I'll jump on my bitch before it even get there. You know? But that was a red pill man. Chris Benoit was a red pill man. Let's flip it over to Hulk Hogan. Look at him. Who is empathizing with that man? He's the fucking victim. His wife fucking 18-year-old men. His wife out here fucking young men. Old fucking whore. Hulk Hogan out here dogging himself off them turnbuckles. Ripping all them t-shirts and shit. Not fucking around, but real live. Sacrificing his body for entertainment in his field. Jumping off the turnbuckles, you know? Doing all this shit. And he married a woman. Wanted to raise a family. Wanted to jump into a pretend patriarchy. And what happened? What did this white bitch do? The fuck did she do? Dogged him. But guess what? That's a strong man, goddammit. I'm not saying Chris Benoit's a weak man. He's a strong man in his own way. In a different way. Oh man, it's beyond red pill. I think it's the essence of a red pill man to do what Chris Benoit did. I don't care what you think about it. What if black men started doing that shit? What if black men started fucking these bitches up? Bodying these bitches. For the evil that they're doing. What if, just saying what if. What if, and they said fuck the charge. I'll take the charge. Would bitches still be doing this? Or would they, you know what, I know what they would do. They would double down on their evil and double down on their victimization. There'll be more of a way for them to victimize themselves. Our men are killing us. Oh. But they ignore it when the white man do it to them black bitches, swirling bitches. You know what I'm saying? And hey, look, and when the white man do it to them, I feel worse for the white man than I do for the black bitch. Cause I know why he killed the bitch. She tried to run the same games on him that she was running on the brother. And in this respect, I can honestly say, dealing with the black American woman, the white man know how to deal with her ass. Try that shit if you want to, bitch. White man gonna kill your ass. Try to put him on paperwork. He looks at you as you are beneath him. How you gonna put him through the system of his own race of people? And you're nothing but a fucking nigga bitch at the end of the day. And he gave you a chance to, you know, fuck you. You know, he gave you a chance to fuck with him. You do that bullshit. Man, they killing these motherfuckers. They killing these bitches, man. These white men swirling with these black women, man. And I don't pity them bitches, man. They try to throw the victim card out, but honestly, the swirling community's quiet about that. They don't even want to talk about that shit. That's just a conversation they don't want to talk about. But I be seeing that shit. I be seeing the news articles, these bitches getting chopped up, motherfucking beat the dog shit out. One dude beat his black nigga bitch to death. He beat her to death with his bare hands. That's why the black woman treats the white man like she don't treat us. Like we deserve to be treated, because he knows how to dominate that bitch. And if she step out of line, what does he do? He killed the bitch. He beat the bitch. He fucked her up. Now what do we got to do with this man, black men? They're going to be further victimized if we go like that. It's a bunch of backwards bullshit, man, at the end of the day. It is. I know this was a little bit of a rant. It was a little messy. But you know it is what it is. Thank you for tuning in to the Raw, the Real, and the Red Pill. And speak with you brothers another day. Shalom.